There will come a day when you'll look around and realize no one is coming. The people you expected to support you are silent. The people who promised to stay are gone. The people who laughed with you are laughing at you. And suddenly, you're standing alone at first. It feels like punishment, but what if being alone is actually your greatest advantage? What if the road everyone avoids is the one that leads to greatness? Today, you're going to understand why every successful person learned one lesson before they changed their life. Walk alone. The world teaches us that being surrounded by people means you're winning. But look carefully. Crowds don't always mean connection. Sometimes, the loneliest person in the room is standing in the middle of hundreds. Because loneliness isn't the absence of people, it's the absence of purpose. Many people stay surrounded by noise because silence forces them to meet themselves. Silence asks uncomfortable questions. Who are you when nobody is watching? Who are you when nobody is applauding? Who are you when there are no likes, no followers, no compliments, and no audience? That version is the real you. And most people spend their entire lives running from meeting that person. But the strongest people walk directly toward it. They embrace silence because silence is where transformation begins. Every masterpiece began in solitude, or every empire started with one person. Every revolution started with someone willing to stand alone before others joined. If you're walking alone today, maybe you're not losing people. Maybe you're outgrowing them. Imagine planting a seed. The next morning, nothing happens. The next week, still nothing. A month later, still nothing. Does that mean the seed failed? No. Because while the world sees nothing, everything important is happening underground. Roots are growing. Strength is forming. Preparation is happening. Your life works the same way. People only celebrate visible success. They don't celebrate invisible discipline. Nobody applauds. The mornings you wake up early, nobody notices. The nights you study instead of partying, nobody claps. For saying no to distractions, nobody congratulates. The hundreds of silent decisions that build extraordinary people, they only notice when the results become impossible to ignore. That's why walking alone feels so difficult, because you're investing without immediate reward. You're believing without visible evidence. You're building without applause. But remember, trees that survive storms have roots nobody can see. One of the biggest traps is waiting. Waiting for someone to believe in you. Waiting for permission. Waiting until you feel ready. Waiting for motivation. Waiting for confidence. Years disappear inside the word waiting. Successful people aren't fearless. They simply move before confidence arrives. Confidence comes after action, not before. Think about every great achievement. The first step was always uncertain. Nobody begins as an expert. Nobody begins fearless. Nobody begins perfect. But everyone begins alone. Because no one else can take your first step. Your future is waiting on the other side of your decision. The moment you begin changing, expect resistance. Some people will laugh. Some will question you. Some will say you've changed. They're right. You have, because staying the same would guarantee the same life. People often criticize what secretly intimidates them. Your discipline reminds them of their excuses. Your ambition reminds them of their comfort. Your consistency reminds them of their inconsistency. Don't waste energy explaining yourself. Results speak louder than arguments. Let them misunderstand you. Let them underestimate you. Keep walking. Everything valuable has a price. Strength costs comfort. Discipline costs pleasure. Success costs excuses. Freedom costs sacrifice. Most people admire greatness, but reject its price. They want extraordinary lives with ordinary habits. It doesn't work that way. If you want uncommon results, you must become uncommon, and becoming uncommon often means becoming lonely, not forever, just long enough to become who you're meant to be. One day, you'll realize something incredible. Being alone doesn't scare you anymore. You'll sit quietly, read, think, plan, grow without needing constant entertainment, without needing approval, without needing noise. That's freedom. Because anyone who depends on others can be controlled by others. But someone who enjoys solitude cannot easily be manipulated. Their peace comes from within. An inner peace is one of the greatest forms of power. While others waste years complaining, scrolling, arguing, waiting, you build on one page, one workout, one business idea, one skill, one habit, one promise kept. Tiny victories become unstoppable momentum. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is rarely talent, it's consistency. Small actions, repeated every single day, even when nobody notices, especially when nobody notices. Imagine meeting yourself 10 years from now. Would they thank you or question you? Would they say, "I'm proud you kept going," or "I wish you had started sooner"? Every choice today becomes tomorrow's memory. The pain of discipline lasts a moment. The pain of regret can last a lifetime. Walk now, so your future doesn't have to carry today's excuses. The mountain doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't lower itself because you're tired. It simply waits. Every step brings you closer or farther. There is no standing still. Life rewards movement, not intention. Movement. The question isn't, can you finish? The question is, will you take another step? That's all greatness really is. Quan modi stepi. Repeated thousands of times. Today, they ignore you. Tomorrow, they question you. Later, they copy you. Eventually, they'll call you lucky. They'll never see the lonely mornings, the difficult nights, the silent battles, the sacrifices, the tears, the doubts. The moments you almost quit, they'll only see the finish line. Let them. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Your life is on. So if today you're walking alone, don't mistake solitude for failure. Some journeys cannot be traveled with a crowd. Some dreams require silence. Some victories can only be earned when nobody is watching. The road you're walking has been walked before by every person who refused to let fear decide their future. Keep going. Keep believing, keep you learn. Keep fighting. One day, you'll look behind you and realize every lonely step was building the strongest version of yourself. Walking alone was never your weakness. It was your training. If this message found you exactly when you needed it, remember this: don't quit because the road feels empty. Sometimes the empty road is the one leading somewhere extraordinary. Write these 3 words in the comments: I walk alone. Not because you reject people, but because you refuse to abandon your purpose. Share this video with someone who feels like giving up today. Subscribe for more powerful motivational speeches that challenge your mind, strengthen your discipline, and remind you that greatness is never an accident. Until next time, keep walking, even if you walk alone.